Hey, good morning and happy Saturday. Joan here. Today it's all about little hot lemon water. I love that. It's just so nurturing, so soothing, so cleansing on the body. It's what I like to do after my coffee. I like to get up in the morning and have a glass of water, have my coffee, have a glass of water, start, get a fresh lemon, squeeze some lemon into my coffee cup, add hot water, and then sip that as I get on with my day or I'm getting ready. And September, this reading today or this Saturday, who knows what it's going to be, but this is for the month of September. So it's all about healthy habits. So this might be a month to sort of like kind of kick back and review your habits. Keep the ones you love, let go of any that you're no longer, they're just really no longer working. And then you'll sort of just refine it so it's much easier to manage. And today we're going to work with 3 card decks, actually, and I don't know if I've even shared them on the videos before. So think of September as so nine. Let's start with Virgo. So I think of Virgo as an earth sign. It's about being practical. It's about being grounded, very realistic. It's about healthy habits. It's about foundation. What is this foundation you are building your life upon? And so to me, since we're talking about all of that, it to me, I want to do something with the root chakra today. So we're going to do 3 different decks from Denise Linn's Sacred Forest, and we're going to do some chakra balancing oracle cards, and then my little island cards to give you a really simple reading that you can use for the month. Keep it focused, easy, and that's going to energize you and give you freedom. One of my favorite things. So, are you ready? Here we go. Let's start off with our theme. So, the theme for September is my personal power, one of my personal power animals, one of my very favorite guides and teachers, the eagle, freedom. And this Denise Lynn's deck, I love it. We've got Pegasus on the back. So I've got an eagle on one shoulder and a horse on the other, and I'm a happy girl. Actually, I've got an eagle and a wolf. And now, how does that work? Years and years ago, when they came out with the animal cards, I can remember they asked us to pick your totem or see which totems pick you. And I can remember, let's see, I have a wolf on my left shoulder, a horse on my right shoulder, and then above me is an eagle. So those 3 energies nurture, support, and surround me. So when if you ever find animals that you just really relate to, you can Google them and look them up, explore, and see what they mean for you. And I work with a lot of different decks, but I've really been honing it down and just getting rid of, I think I dropped off a dozen decks yesterday that, you know what? They just don't work for me anymore because the other ones work so much better. So that's what I'm sort of doing in my life. It's like looking at your clothes looking at the food you eat, your choices, looking at your cupboards, your refrigerator. What are your habits in the kitchen? Pots and pans, are you using them? If not, move them on. Well, a couple things, either start using them or move them on so they're a wonderful gift to someone else. But it's really fun with clothes. Start mixing up your wardrobe. But again, that is all Virgo energy. It's about being practical, adding structure that nurtures and supports you. My mother's a Virgo, was a Virgo. Today is her birthday, which is always a special, which is always really special and most elegant, exquisite, sophisticated woman I've ever known. Powerhouse doesn't even begin to describe it. And oh, I'm sorry, didn't realize this was going to hit me. Um, anyway, she would love that I'm doing this. And when she was older, one of the things that we would do is I would have her sit on her bed. So if you have older moms, sisters, friends, aunts, and you happen to love organizing like I do, as you get older, your priorities change. What was important is less so. I remember one day my mom was in her 90s and she lived to 104. So force of nature with no medication. I mean, she's one of those. So she said, Joan dear, the lifetime guarantee really doesn't mean much to me. I thought that was so funny because she's absolutely right. You know, when you're in 90s, let's get serious. What do you really want to invest in? How many more years do you have left? So it's about that quality of life. But what I would do is I would just go through her wardrobe and let her see what she has. So if you have an older loved one, have them kick back, go through the wardrobe, bring it out, see what fits, what works, maybe what's missing. You know, is this new season you want to play with a new color? Maybe it's a scarf, maybe it's a shawl. Just adding an accessory just updates the basics. Who knew I was being talking about closets today? But it's just so empowering. And you know, I do one of the things I do every Friday morning is I head out early and I review the week, my plans. I write down my successes every day in my journal. And then I go through and once a week, I review where I am in my business, where I am in my personal life, what's working, what isn't, where do I need to place my focus? And then after that, I like to take whatever things that I've gone through my wardrobe or my home that could be more helpful for someone else than they are for me at the moment. And I go to my local thrift store in my community and I make a donation. And that just makes me feel so good because it's going into the local community. So that's just something. It's a way of keeping it simple if you do this regularly. So that's just a little tip. And that's totally Virgo energy. And I have a lot of that organizing detail. That's just one of my passions. I love puttering. I love organizing. And so oracle cards help me focus. And it's where I get to lean back and ask a question. What would be most helpful for me to know right now? So that's where we come back to freedom. What gives you freedom? Where in your life is freedom missing? And what's something simple you can do? Just think about it to turn up that volume maybe 1% to give more freedom to your day. Because we all have the same 24 hours. The question is, how do you use it? Where do you place your energy and your time and your focus? So here's what Denise has to say. Eagle spirit, and you know, it's interesting because the number is 13, the number four. So I want you to think of a solid foundation like a chair has four legs of a chair, solid foundation beneath you. And so you have that solid foundation. And then eagles are about, what are you ready to take flight? What's that vision that you have and taking action? So Eagle Spirit invites you onto her back and you dwindle in size so that you can climb on. You hold on to the down beneath her feathers as she soars higher and higher. The forest looks smaller and smaller, yet you can see so clearly as you ascend above the clouds. You have never felt so free. This card indicates that it's time to break free and let your spirit fly. Be daring as you go beyond predictable behavior. Fling your arms up to the heavens in joy. Just try this. Go the victory pose. Fling your arms up. How's that feel? As opposed to how that feels. How's this feel? Freedom. You're experiencing freedom. The card can appear when you have life or others, when you can feel restricted. Recognizing this is the first step to reclaiming your power. It's like I was realizing that some of my habits are restricting me. Some of my thoughts restrict me. So I'm paying attention to that. It's like, okay, curiosity. Don't allow yourself to be trapped by convention or any expectation from other people. The only opinion that matters is yours. That's where your power lives, in you, not in other people. You're the generator. The truth is that you aren't here on this earth to be ordinary, but to step beyond limitations and self-imposed boundaries. You have the ability to choose your life on your terms. Perhaps you aren't always free to create the exact circumstances of your life, but you're certainly able to decide what meaning we give to those situations. Select meanings that empower you. For this is the time to break free. Hold the intent that boundless freedom surges through you, and so it shall. And I write a newsletter every week, and that's really what I focus on is personal freedom. What nurtures you? What brings you hope? What supports you? What's a simple practice? What's a tip for this week that might give you a certain new way to look at things? So if you're ever looking for like fresh perspective or a different energy, that's a simple, easy, quick read. I'll leave a link down below for my newsletter. It's on mountaintopmusings.com is my website. And on my homepage, you can just sign up. I'm in the midst of redesigning my website, but it still works. So you can find the newsletter right there. The eagle soars to great heights, as much as 10,000 feet. Can you imagine this? An eagle soars up to 10,000 feet and you're on her back. Do we think our vision might change? Our perspective. I mean, look what you can see. That might be enough. Just that idea for September. Call your eagle, hop on her back, hold on, and soar. See with a new perspective. Oh, and 10,000 feet is 3,048 meters. She has superb eyesight, allowing her to see from great distances. She can symbolize a need for a larger perspective on life. So, any place in your life you're feeling a little smaller than you may wish to, normal. We all are that way. Dial it up 1%. Forget these great big jumps. It's not sustainable. Tiny, tiny steps. 1, call your eagle. 2, hop on her back. 3, hold on. 4, fly. 5, Check your view. 6, have fun. Experience freedom in your own way. The spirit of the eagle says this is the time to express yourself. Don't hold back. Choose life on your terms. Don't be trapped by the expectation of others. So, it's a fun one to play with. What are your terms? What works for you? Isn't that cool? So we have eagle spirit and freedom as sort of September's focus. It's about not holding back, expressing yourself, hop on your eagle's back to gain a new perspective, a new way of looking at your life, what you're wanting, what you're requiring, who are you being, what difference are you here to make in the world? You only have a certain amount of hours left. Who are you going to be? What are you going to do? What would be fun? Just a thought. So then I thought I went into and here's what the Forest Oracle deck looks like, Denise Linn's. So that's where Eagle Spirit's from. Then the next one I did was mindful affirmations for chakra balancing. And this, who is this by? Intelligent Change. And I'll link this down below. And my tagline in my business is nurturing mind, body, health. I'm all for mind, body, health. And I thought that what's really important is working with the root chakra being balanced. So, root chakra is all things physical about yourself. It's your skin, it's your bones, it's everything inside your skin. It's all physicality. And the color is red. So I wear a red bracelet on my right hand. Left side is feminine, right side is masculine. Every person has feminine and masculine energy. The feminine energy is all about receiving. Masculine energy is all about giving. So if you over give, your feminine energy's off balance. And if you only receive and you don't take action, your masculine energy's out of balance. So for me, I'm all about learning how to have that flow between giving and receiving. And so I'm not stuck in one expression more than another. So here's a couple quick tips for the root chakra, according to the card that I pulled. So, 3 key words: stability, security, grounding. So, when you think of the root chakra, it's going to be about security, grounding, and stability. So, can you feel that solidness? And so, when your masculine and feminine energy are in harmony, you're going to feel calm and you're going to be resilient. If you go, yeah, Joan, that sounds great. I have no idea what you're even talking about or how to do that. And I went, I've got a solution. Every Wednesday, I share a practice called Ease Please, where it's a 20-minute energy healing practice with meditation and movement, where we balance giving and receiving. So you feel calm and energized. And then I do recordings so you can watch them anytime. And every week there's a fresh recording, a new class, new recording. So you can watch it anytime, day or night. It doesn't matter where in the world you are. So that's called Ease Please. I'll leave that below too. So, and here's the thing with the root chakra. I hate to say this, but one of my specialties is worrying and being fearful. Or not, specialties isn't the word. Something that weighs on my heart and mind a lot is fear and worry. Something that I would really enjoy or appreciate is feeling calm and resilient. Why I created Ease Please is that I have had to learn how to balance this in my life. If I'm worrying, I'm most likely not taking positive, healthy steps forward. But when I'm calm, it's easy for me to move forward. When I'm worrying and fearful, no, I'm not as fluid. So I think that's really one of the benefits of knowing about, root chakra and energy, keeping it really simple. If you want to boost it, you know, maybe wear something red, buy a red flower. Um, Look for red when you're out driving. Paint with red. I mean, there's no rules, nothing you need to do, but just think of that red energy is a symbol for your root chakra. And again, it's about being stable. It's about feeling secure and grounded. And when you are, you're going to feel more calm. You're going to feel resilient and you're going to worry less and you're going to be less fearful. So that's a little bit about the root chakra card. And so let's give you a mantra for the month, something you can play with. So I think this one's really fun. I'm resilient. I am, fill in the blank is always powerful. I am resilient and I can adapt and thrive in any situation. Well, every Monday I share a video for the week where I pick one card and one word for the week. And one of the things I've really been doing with that is turning it into a what if question, because oftentimes an affirmation can feel distant. So let's play with it this way. So try this on. Close your eyes, put your hand on your heart, see how this feels. I am resilient. I can adapt and thrive in any situation. 1 to 10, how's it feel? Keeping your eyes closed. Now we're going to try this. What if I'm resilient? What if I can adapt and thrive in any situation? 1 to 10, how does that feel? So that's your September mantra. What if I'm resilient? What if I can adapt and thrive in any situation? Doesn't that feel like that partners incredibly well with freedom? And then my little cards, little island cards, I created for my Tai Chi classes years and years ago. And here's the words for the month. Relax, relax, relax. That's the way to create that resilience, that adaptability. And our way to explore freedom is when we're relaxed. So you can kind of think back and breathe out. Now, working with the little island cards, if you leave me a comment today, I'll pull a card for you next Saturday. So pick a number between 1 and 4. And I'm going to shuffle the cards. So think about any area of your life. Maybe think of a recent challenge. Think about a recent challenge. And what is an area that might be helpful to strengthen, to boost that challenge? So pick a number, 1 to 4. And Triana, you're number 1. Breathe. Number 2, celebrate serendipity. Number 3, meditate more. And number four, count your blessings. So here's what I think is fun about today's reading. We're just wrapping it up. But first, I want to thank you for being here this week. I hope you enjoy these Saturday morning I was cars, it's like I created this instead of cartoons on Saturday morning, like I watched when I was little. I just thought it would be fun. I was talking to a friend earlier this week, and she said, "You know what, Joan? I like to watch your videos when I'm vacuuming." I love that. That's perfect. So we're looking for September. We're looking for what's the energy of September? What's going to nurture and support me so I can lead, so I can feel happy, so I can feel healthy, so I can feel strong, and just ready to deal with all the chaos that's happening in this world. It's about important for us to be whole and to have that sense of mind, body, ease, and health. So we're working with four cards. So the reading for the month of September, it's a time to end something. It's a time to start something. It's important for us to be resilient. And what is magic for us this month? Eagle spirit for freedom. So we're going to end something. We're going to start something. We need to be resilient because we're exploring freedom. We're going to have a playful mantra. What if I'm resilient? What if I can adapt and change to anything? What if? And we're going to know we've got three grounding words: grounding, stability, and security. That's really important this month. And we're going to review our habits. Which ones are healthy? Which ones do we need to let go of? Which ones do we maybe need to tweak a little bit? We're going to look around our closets or look around our home, and maybe there's something we're not using or wearing that could really add meaning and value to someone else. We're going to move that on. And lastly, we're going to relax. It can be easy. You need to do it in your own way. You don't need to be all intense like I am. I mean, I just have all this enthusiasm. I get so excited to do these things. You can be totally chill. Do everything your way, in your time, with your energy. See what feels and works best for you. And it comes down to count your blessings. Maybe it's time to meditate a little more. Celebrate serendipity and breathe. Wishing you a blessed September. Take good care, and I'll see you again soon. I'll be back next Saturday. And if you like this video, be sure to sign up below and you won't miss next week. Thank you so much. Take good care and bye for now.